going to be toning this 5-ounce Aztec calendar. While this is toning, I hope you're listening and you can pick up what all these symbols mean. It truly is amazing.
My interest and my focus has been what we know as the Tonal Machot, the original name of the ancient Mexica chronological system, universally known as the Aztec calendar. It's been known, it's been said for many years, and we didn't begin to say it, but that it is the most precise calendar system ever invented by mankind. So being that the case, we thought, well, let's try to find out how it works. Can we use it? Is it good for us today? So in the process of the past 13 years, specifically 13 years ago, we began working on finding the name of the days, finding the reason of the 20-day periods. But as we got into it, we learned that there was more to it, that it was something that is alive. So it is a measurement of time in space. And now we got to the point where we're using it on a daily basis, where we're applying the concepts of the movement of time and the qualities of each piece of time in a day to even curriculum in schools. So we're hoping to be able to present a scientific evaluation, scientific evidence that this calendar system, that its time has come. Like I said before, regardless of nationality, place of origin, they're part of the whole. And most important, we find that young people today, they unfortunately, because of all what's going on in the world, what's evident on television, on the radio, in the newspaper, all this violence, all this chaos going on in the world, the young people are really, they've been dealt a bad hand, and we're trying to balance the field by reintroducing them to their inheritance. Now, this is going to be something that I'm going to share with you on this calendar system. That it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter where you come from. This is information that is in your blood. It's in your genes. It's in your veins. It runs in your veins. We're very proud, very honored that we have descendancies of the grandfathers who created the system, but that only gives us more responsibility. And we need to share it with everybody because we're here to share with everybody the qualities. To us, not only is it a beautiful piece of art that reflects the good qualities, artistic qualities of our ancestors, but also it is a message that was left to us. And it's something that we can use on a daily basis. And we've been fortunate enough to have kept this information. I think it was kept from safekeeping in safekeeping for a long time, many years, until the time was appropriate for it to come out again. And I think necessity is what made the time appropriate. Why? Because we need to have a cosmic identity. We need an identity today, and it's found here. So some of the most important things that I believe this image can share with us, is I'm going to point out right here. And I want to start out with looking at this face that we have right here. On the face on this calendar, for approximately almost 500 years, we've been told that this is the sun god, and that his tongue is sticking out because it needs to be fed with human blood and sacrifice. And it's been there, it's been left like that. Even today, they still pass out that kind of information at the Museum of Anthropology. Many anthropologists, archaeologists, very special people with a lot of study continue to promote this concept. And for a long time, nobody wanted to touch that subject, but that really makes it a touchy subject that people kind of keep away from this culture because of this. It promotes a lot of disrespect for descendants of this culture. And as the people, young people feel that they're being disrespected and their ancestors as well. And more importantly, to me, I have found that the teachings that we've had for almost the past 500 years regarding the symbol, this particular symbol here, has caused a lot of problems and unfortunately a lot of violence, a lot of death. Bringing that in mind, we approached the elders in Mexico City, in different parts of Mexico, in Guerrero, in Jalisco, and with this problem. And we told them we needed something to unite the people again, to bring the people back together to their consciousness. And they explained to us that the unifying factor, the common denominator in the universe is this calendar system. So we've taken it as that. And we present it everywhere to people and students of all nationalities, of all places. In Mexico, we've been here in New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, California, wherever we can get to, we present this image and the real meaning behind the symbol. So If it's not the sun, then who is this face here? The face that we have here, it is the face of the earth. It's called Tlaltecutli. It is the guide of the earth. And there's another stone also in the Museum of Anthropology with that same face on it. And they call it Tlaltecutli. In order, they call it the monster of the earth. And on the other side of the room, the calendar, they call it the sun god. But it's actually the face of the earth, Tlaltecutli. His tongue that is sticking out here, it doesn't represent the need to be fed at all. It's a tongue just like myself, just like my own, for speaking. So the grandfather is speaking to us, bringing us a message. Around this face, in these 4 squares that we have here, these 4 squares, that all together, they symbolically paint the image of the wings of a butterfly. And this whole image together is called Olin, movement. It's called Nawi Olin, 4 movement. And these, we have 4 squares, and each has a number 4 in it. It's actually a day sign of the jaguar, a day sign number 4 of the wind, a day sign number 4 of the rain. In this case, it's the rain of fire, and a day sign of number 4 of the water. So what we have actually represented here are the 4 elements that give us life. We have the earth, the wind, the fire, and the water. The 4 elements of life. So the grandfather, we call him the grandfather of the earth. The grandfather speaks to us and tells us, if you want to have life, you need to respect the earth, the wind, the fire, and the water. So you can have life, harmony in your life. You need to respect the 4 corners of the universe: the north, the west, the south, and the east. That's his mission that we have here. That's a responsibility that's given to us as human beings, to respect these elements and respect these 4 directions that will give us life. They call these the 4 previous suns. So they call this the son of jaguar, the son of wind, the son of rain, of fire, and the son of water. And this one here, they call it the son of movement. And it also has numbers 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it was interesting to us when we were taught that these were the 4 elements of life. I think that automatically took it out of a religious context or kind of superstitious context and put it right into a scientific context. It's a question of survival by respecting the elements that give us life. Now, around the days, this image are these squares that represent the days in the calendar. In this calendar system, we have a calendar system that consists of 20 days. 20 days, called Sempoali, a count of 20, the first count of 20. They begin right here, at the beginning, on this day here, that we call Sipakli, the day of the crocodile. Then the next day is Eekat, the day of the wind. Kali, the day of the house. Kwespali, the lizard. Koat, the serpent. Mikistli, the skull. Masat, the deer. Toshli, the rabbit. At, the water. Isquintli, the dog. Osomatli, the monkey. Malinali, the herb. Akat, the reed. Ocelot, the jaguar. Cuautli, the eagle. Koskacuautli, the condor. Olin, movement. Tecpat, the flint. Kiawit, the rain. And Chochi, the flower. Sipakli, Eekat, Kali, Kwespali, Koat, Mikistli, Masat, Toshtli, At, Isquintli, Osomatli, Malinali, Akat, Ocelot, Cuautli, Koskacuautli, Olin, Tecpat, Kiawit, Chochil. This calendar system and these 20 days always begin with crocodile and where they always end with flower, Chochil. Above that band of days, we have another band that has a number 5 inscribed in these little squares. These number 5, they represent the 5 movements of Venus around the sun in a period of 8 years. Venus cycles of 584 days apiece. So that's what these 5 represent. And that's why it appears as a morning star, as the evening star, and disappears altogether. So Venus, because it appears on both sides of the Earth, when the sun is coming up, like as it is doing now, as the rising star, and as the sun is going down, they call this Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl is precious twin, precious knowledge of the precious twin. So Venus in the morning, we call it Tlawis Calpantecutli, the one that stands in the beginning of the daylight. And in the evening, we call it Cholotecutli, the companion of the sun. These images of Venus are very important as well, in that each dot of these 5 dots would also represent the movements, the cycles of the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun, as well as Venus. A little beyond that circle, we have this other circle that's here, this other ring of symbols that to me I like to refer to them as kernels of corn, grains of corn. There's 10 right here, and there's 11, 12, 13. These 13 symbols, they represent the moons in a year cycle. They represent 13 new moons that rise every year. And oddly enough, or strangely enough, they move 13 degrees a day as well. So we have the symbol of the moon, the symbol of Venus, and the symbol of the Earth. So if this is a sun calendar, where is the sun? That's the question. For 500 years, we were told this was the sun, Tonatiuh. And we like that idea, since we consider ourselves children of the sun. We thought that was pretty nice. However, the fact that the sun appeared to be bloodthirsty and wanting your blood, that was not very nice. So we had to say, well, that's Tonatiuh, and he gives us light and warmth like a good father. So it didn't make sense that he would also want to eat us up while he's giving us that light and warmth like a good father. In the 70s, 2 anthropologists came out with the information that this was not the face of the sun, but of the Earth. Even though that information has come out, has been published in many books as well, like I said, even today they still call it the sun god. So we're very interested in pointing out who this really is, Tlalochtecutli. So a few years back, our grandfathers tell us the sun is here, but the sun is hidden. It is hidden for those who don't want to see it. They can't see it. But I believe you want to see it. So the sun is hidden right here. And this beak, this is the beak of an eagle. These are the claws of the eagle. The claws of the eagle. And these are the tail feathers of the eagle. So if you were to cover up this image right here, you would have an image, symbolically, image of the eagle with his wings outspread and his claws and his tail feathers. That is the sun. Superimposed over the shape of a butterfly. And they are both superimposed over the face of the Earth. So that is a very, very special and important astronomical event that takes place every year without fail on July 26th.
So thank you for tuning in. I hope this was entertaining. I really hope you learned something from the gentleman talking about this Aztec calendar. Because again, it is so fascinating. And the most interesting part to me was how the misconception, everybody's been taught that this is a bloodthirsty sun in the middle, and it's all about sacrifice and torture. When in actuality, as he explains it, the center is earth, and the tongue is language. And this is kind of a wholesome calendar, speaking about his heritage. So it's a totally different viewpoint, and I hope that we all can maybe study it a little bit and honor it, because we love the design, but I don't think most of us actually know what it means. So that's all I have for now. This is a fantastic journey, and again, it's always scary when you're playing with something that people value, but I do think that we're adding value. At least we're adding character. Even if it's artificial toning, we're still making something, we're creating something that is cool and unique. All right, signing off for now. See you guys very soon.